Hi, we are fine pals. I'm Manu and this is minmin, and today we are with Kevin.
Hi, yeah, my name is Kevin. KMT. Recently, I've been doing a lot of code streaming. I covered the LCP, but I've also been covering the APAC regions in like PCS, VCS, LJL. I'm part of CFO, so I always cheer for them and support them. And yeah, CFO and CFO Academy in the PCS and LCP.
So, so okay, we can start talking about the points.
Eh,
Um, the first thing I was willing to talk was about last year actually, about the roster building. You guys had like Karsa in the jungle, Gori in mid lane, was Sword Art as support. Uh, Almost everything changed. So I wanted to ask you about the process in that part.
yeah. So after last year, like CFO didn't do too well in 2024, so we had to try to think about like, okay, what should we do? Like, what is the problems and like what's good, what's bad. We had a lot of meetings and a lot of discussions, and basically like we had to like try to change everything about CFO and like try to find out like, okay, what are we doing right and what are we doing wrong? And that took quite some time, like a few months, but essentially we were able to like think, okay, you know, how do you want to like structure a team? Because essentially like we want to make sure we have like systems in place where like no matter what happens, a year or two from now, CFO still can like learn and improve as like an org, even if players like come and go. Because like normally players will leave or come or you know coaches will change, but you want to make sure that essence is still a part of the team. So yeah, we had to change a lot of players and we kind of wanted to bring up Hankyu. That was like one of the things we wanted to look at, and also we wanted to make sure we had like a two-man like a six-man roster with two top laners because we thought the way Rest and Driver worked together was really good and really nice. Because a lot of times, like when you have six-man rosters, they're not actually six-man rosters. It's like kind of like whatever. But here at CFO, like we kind of like the way Rest and Driver helped each other. They're kind of like positional coaches in a way. So they would do 1v1s and they'd like help each other with scrims or reviews. And yeah, that's why we kind of have the players we have now. And we just thought, I mean, the other players were just really good as well, like Jinja, Doggo, Kaiwing.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know about the rest and driver positional coach thing. I think is pretty cool. Pretty cool to know uh, outside of the team. And
Yeah, like six-man rosters don't really work because people are always competing. Like if Driver helped Rest and we're like, oh, Rest is better now, so we just won't use you, Driver. You're fired. It's like that's usually what happens, right? Like if you have a secondary player, you're kind of like if you teach them too much, they'll take your job. So players don't want to teach like the secondary players or sub players. But we want to make sure that they both knew that it's not like that. It's like 50-50 opportunity. It's not like based off skill. It's always based off like draft who goes out and plays because we think they're both like good, like equally good. So that way, like if we use someone, right? Like if Rest was way worse than Driver, then using Rest wouldn't make sense. But because they're both good and they both help each other improve, it doesn't hurt like skill level wise. But because they have like because they can split time and practice different champions, it kind of in a way doubles our top lane champion pool. So it helps us a lot, especially in the fearless game 5 drafts. Like our top lane drafts usually aren't affected because of the system that we have in place.
yeah, yeah, I see it a lot in the games. In the finals, you guys played driver first game, and the others was rest, I think. And
In the finals, it was
yeah, the finals.
driver, driver, rest, driver, rest. I believe,
Oh,
right?
you.
I mean, Jinjo's like really good, right? So
Yeah.
when we first like talked to Jinjo, like our plan was to use Honky as mid, right? But he's like a rookie, and a lot of players don't want to play with rookies because it's a lot of you have to do extra work essentially. Essentially, now you're just trying to like you're also trying to learn. You're trying to be a good jungler, but also kind of coaching mid on how to play with the jungle. So a lot of players don't like that, but Jinja thought Honky was really talented and really good, so he didn't mind like taking on extra responsibilities because he knew that eventually, like maybe not split one, but eventually Honky would be like a very good mid laner that he could work with. So he was like down to like be like I guess an older brother to Honky and help him like learn pro League of Legends because yeah, like when you get to like the pro level, it's so different from like solo queue or like challengers because like the macros are completely different. We have like lane swaps. It's like, or now we don't, but like we had it at the time. It was really like difficult. So I think Ginger did a really good job like helping Honky out and being that supportive jungler that he needs. Not so much in like playstyle, but more in like mentality.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember watching Honkyu in the academy, and he was already a talented player, but I told you how fast he I don't know level up, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if I mean I don't know internally inside of the team how much was Jangia, but we can see in the matches. Um,
I mean, I think Jinja helps a lot, right? Like that's just how it is. Because like yeah, he was good in like the Challenger series, but if you think about who he was playing against, it wasn't like playing against any big names, right? So there's a lot less pressure. You're also playing from like home. You don't have to go to a stage and set up. It's a lot different environment. So we weren't too sure how like we knew he would like get good, but we didn't know how fast he would get good. And I think Jinja, and the coaching staff, like they all deserve like a lot of credit for helping him. And I mean, Honky deserves credit too for like working hard and listening to people and being willing to improve. It's not easy to be told like, hey man, you're not doing this right. This sucks. You got to improve on that. Especially if you're like a new player, like, cause like yeah, everything you're bad at everything essentially. So you have to like quickly learn and quickly improve. And I think he did a great job like taking on that like pro position and becoming like a good mid laner.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
if you think about it, like in the split one, like LCP, his first match, he got executed by like Otacon because he was like really nervous, right? But like now he's just like, oh yeah, Fofo, like I don't give a fuck, I'll just take a shot on him.
yeah,
He's just like more like become himself, like he's more comfortable. He's still shy, but like he's getting there.
yeah,
He's only been like a
Yeah.
pro for like 6 months if you think of it. That's like crazy.
yeah. So
I was
young.
thinking he'd take like at least
Mhm.
like
Yeah, yeah.
a year to be like good.
I remember you guys tried to I not to make him a starter last year, but he was in the main roster in the second split, no? Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, it was part of the process of turning him into a pro player and not just a rookie, right?
Yeah.
Uh, yeah,
I mean, at the time it was more like like he only played one series, which I didn't really like because I feel like if you're gonna bring up like a rookie, you got to either commit for like a year or just like get someone that like has experience, right? Like sure, Honky like turned out to be really good, but if he was bad like the first two splits, I don't think anyone would mind. Like it's not uncommon for rookies to like start out slow. Like it happens, but the worst thing you can do is like if a rookie starts out slow is like you bench him or fire him.
yeah,
Like you see that a lot in other teams. So we definitely didn't want to do that. So no matter how good or bad he was, he basically would have the full like 2025 year to like get comfortable, get used to it, improve and take as much time as he needed to like become a really good player.
yeah, yeah. And the home queue talk is so good because it's a good connection to like the expectations. Like Janji was like dropped by Talon, and everything, the roster building. Coming into this year, how was you guys working with the expectations about the whole year? You know, the three splits,
Oh
MSI.
yeah. I mean, the first split, I honestly thought we'd get second place, because I mean, once you have like Jinja, like Doggo, like those players are like really skilled, right? So even like if the team didn't do well, I thought we'd still get second just because of the amount of skill that's on the team. But we also didn't want to put like crazy expectations. Like the whole point was like don't put too hard expectations, especially on like someone like Honkyu who's still like a rookie. Because a lot of times like orgs do like, oh, you gotta win now. If you're not good now, then you're gonna get benched. It's like, oh my god, this is pressure. I can't play well. So we wanted to make sure it's like, hey man, split one is still like, don't worry about it. If we win, we win. If we lose, we lose. But take this time to learn and improve and try to be the best you can. And I thought from split two onward, we'd be like, well, if we got second place again, then we'd still go to MSI. But then, like, by the end of the year, we should be a top tier team, is what I was thinking. Like, by split three, we should be winning, like, hitting number one. The
Yeah.
international stuff is a lot harder because, like, obviously I want to say, like, oh, yeah, we should win. But, I mean, historically, it's always been, like, really hard, right? Like, I guess first time is new, but, like, MSI is, like, really difficult. It's double, elimination BO5s. That's hard to win. Worlds is, like, we have like Swiss formats. It's like kind of like you have to be lucky or you're unlucky. So it's hard to like judge how well we do. But I wanted to be like, depending on like how we performed, I guess it would depend. Like if we performed well and we didn't really like get top 8 at Worlds, I would still be like happy if we did like well in the matches. Like if we lost to like the best teams or whatever, like close series, I don't think it would be a bad year. But obviously, first time kind of changed our expectations because I don't think anyone was expecting CFO to just like start 2-0ing every team.
I was, man. I was. But man, I was. I told you. But uh, with the playoffs of Split One uh, happening and stuff, you guys probably I don't know changed a bit of your mind during the split, cause you told you tell I don't know uh, how you guys don't wanted to put that much pressure in the first split, not even in the second. So you guys started to like win and play good. Was I don't remember if it was that dominant like Split 2 was, but I remember was good. So how
Yeah,
you
yeah,
guys
yeah.
work at this change of expectations?
I mean, now that like because we won split one, the expectation was to keep winning and do well in split two. Yeah, we just like kept practicing the same way. We changed some of the things that we thought could be done differently or done better, and try to make adjustments. Because even though you're winning a lot, it doesn't really matter that you're winning a lot in regular split of LCP. Because the goal is to like win the split, go to MSI, and do well at MSI. So even though like we were winning in like on stage, we'd still be like kind of like critical and be like, oh, we could play a little bit better. We could do this differently. We can do that differently. Maybe our drafts could be a little bit better. We're always like reflecting and thinking about certain things like that. And I just feel like that's what it takes to be a good team. Is like, okay, never be satisfied with your current level. Always try for like a little bit more. Like if you can get 1% better, that's still like really important.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you said about regular splits that, man, doesn't matter if you win 7 series and don't lose anything. I mean, you guys almost lost to Talon. Didn't happen, thank God, But
Yeah.
but it was close. The finals was uh, much better, but
Yeah.
the Talon
I mean,
series,
I think CFL still has issues. Like we're not a perfect team, and
yeah,
yeah, like it also depends like on the day. Like can you perform and do well?
yeah,
And yeah, unfortunately on that talent day we struggled a bit, but luckily, I think even though we didn't do well the first two games, like the players' mental is never like bad. So yeah, I mean, like obviously on stream I'm like shitting my pants, but the people at the studio, like the players and coaches, they were all like, it was like, okay, you know what? It's time for us to reverse sweep. Like it's
yeah,
like, yeah, unlucky we lost the first two games, but it's not like unwinnable because we knew that Talon had draft issues, and as the games went on, like our champion pools would be fine compared to theirs. So we still had confidence that we would still like have a chance of like beating Talon, even though we were down 0-2.
yeah, yeah. I I saw that when the voice comms uh, of Talon game when Honkyu asked Camille, and I don't know, Doug was like, "Man, are you crazy, man?" And Chowie was, "No,
Yeah,
just give him." And
yeah. Kyron kept asking like, "Wait, did I hear that correctly? You said
yeah,
Camille?" Like they're just like he was just like making sure he didn't hear the wrong champion.
yeah,
They're like, yeah, pick Camille.
but Chowie was chill, you know. He just said, "Man, give Camille to him," and fuck, give. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
and
Like sometimes you gotta do that,
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
when you think about like a moment that I think about is like 2015 MSI, like Game 5, when Faker was like, "Oh, give me LeBlanc," right?
mm,
And Coma was like, like this is your best champion. Play with no regrets. Just go out there and do your best. It doesn't matter. Like I feel like being a coach, sometimes you gotta be like, listen, I'm not the player. You are. If you want to play Camille, you lock that shit in and you go out there and win. Like you gotta have that like trust between like player and coach, and I feel like everyone on the team trusts each other because normally when you're rookie mid laner, you're down like 0-2 or like 1-2, and he's like, "Oh, give me Camille." You wouldn't be like, "Oh yeah, dude, that sounds perfectly fine." You'd be like, "Wait a minute, what? Like Camille?" But everyone was like, "Okay, yeah, let's do it." I believe you.
yeah, yeah.
So people were like, I feel like the team is a little bit special that way that everyone has like such a trusted bond between each other
Yeah.
that you could pick something like that and still
Uh,
win.
is so good because I think CFO have cap capacity of adapt so fast. I mean, Talon series and finals was like one week, and uh, Honkyu he played really bad in the Talon series, but he came back in the finals and was actually pretty good, you know. So give his champions, giving this Camille to him maybe was important to the finals, you know, to the
Yeah.
confidence, you know. I think they do so well in adapting and learning so fast. This is crazy, and it's I mean, it's a 17-year-old boy, and I don't
Yeah.
know, it's good.
I mean, like, like obviously, like we're all happy he's doing well, but yeah, we never want to give him like a lot of pressure or make him feel like he has to perform. Because if you think about it, how many 17-year-old kids are just like out there, just like you know, shitting on all these like other players that have like way more experience. It's really like unheard of. So yeah, like sometimes you have like stage jitters, sometimes you underperform. It's just like a normal learning process, and we're totally fine with him like taking time to learn and become. Because yeah, it's like it's only really Faker that was like day one was just like the best mid lane in the world. Like other players that aren't named Faker, like they take a while. Like then they find their footing, they find like champions or styles they're comfortable with. They become more like confidence in themselves. And yeah, so that's why if Hunky's still 17, if he needs a little bit more time, it's fine. If he has a bad day, I think it's fine. We have like four other veterans on the team that can inspire confidence in him
Yeah,
and help carry the game if needed.
yeah, and I think it's so fine, cause he pretty good actually. You know, he's in even
Yeah, I think he played well. Like, you
he's
know,
good.
he had
He
a bad game or two. It's not
yeah
a big deal in my opinion.
he need more time because he's so young, but he's so good at that age, you know. So man, this is your dream team, you know. You are
Yeah.
uh, and you know now you guys are like two-time LCP champions. Uh,
Yeah.
the MSI, no, the first stand was pretty good. I mean, it was just a matter of lucky, cause you
Yeah, I
guys
mean,
could,
we learned a lot from it.
yeah.
Like, I don't know if you listen to our voice comms, but we talk about like KC a lot because that game, like 5 game series with KC, like actually taught us, like what our limitations are, what we need to work on. Like in the reverse sweep video, like Doggo talks about like, are we playing against KC? Like, what's going on? Like, he remembers that moment where it's like, oh, we have to do a comeback and like do a reverse sweep. Unfortunately, against KC, we didn't get that game 5, but it actually built our like skill level and confidence a lot. So when we went against Talon, we were able to take that game 5.
Yeah,
So first end was a valuable lesson, valuable experience,
yeah.
and I think MSI will also just be another tournament where we do well and we can learn a lot from.
I think it is more. It's much more than do well, man. Man, man. But first stand, you guys could have gone to the finals. Pretty. I mean, it was unlucky for you guys. If you guys played versus top esports, I think
Oh yeah. I think we would
maybe
have won against top esports.
yeah, you know,
Like KC was leveling up, and
yeah.
yeah, like it was
So
unlucky, but it was a good experience. I
a
think
lot.
next time at Worlds, if we meet KC, I think we'll win.
Ah, KC. Okay. But you guys, 2 times LCP champions, a pretty good run in the first 10, and in 2 weeks less, and MSI. So I saw a lot of this team, this split. The other one too, but the recent one is I think more special. Um, I it's not even a question. It's more about what you think about MSI, about the CFO in MSI. Is uh, a bunch of Carmine corps, you know, is a bunch of things. So here for from you is more important than just think.
I mean, I like the Carbon Corp fans, right? Like the way they treated us at our first stand, I thought was really nice and kind of them. Like I don't really have anything like personally against them, so I hope they cheer for us. I hope they think of us as like their second team. They're brothers from
Yeah.
another region, I guess.
Yeah, you guys
So I hope they cheer for us, and I hope that at MSI, like expectations, I think most people still think that first time was a fluke, and it is a new tournament, new format. It's like weird. So I think right now, like CFO, our goal is to be like top 4. But if we get like fifth, sixth, I think that's still like pretty good. It just depends. Like I think most realistically, what's going to happen in MSI is, BLG and G2 will probably make it out of play-ins, right? I'm sorry, Furia, but and again, but it's like statistically, let's just say
Yeah.
statistically. So then we'll have to face T1. I think that one will be a tough match, but I think that most likely is what's going to happen is like we'll probably do well against T1. I think we can win, but even if we don't win, then we'll play some Western team in the losers bracket, and then depending on what's going on in the next bracket, I think we can probably make it depends on the draw, obviously, and it's best of fives. Best of fives are hard, man. Like VO5, fearless.
Hard.
So,
But
but I want to say I hope we get fourth or top 4. If not, worst case, I hope we get like fifth or sixth.
But I think you agree with that. I don't know. Uh, the most important is how you guys play. In the
Yeah,
MSI.
yeah, yeah.
The top four, top six. I don't know. But if you play well against T1, I think is
Yeah, like
already
if we play really well against T1 and we lose 3-2, I don't think there's anything to be like sad about. I don't think that's like a disgusting performance. Like obviously, if we lose to like I don't know, like FlyQuest like 0-3, I feel like that would kind of be like, okay, what the fuck are we doing? But like if we lost to some like actually like good team, sorry, I don't think it'd be that bad.
no, no, yeah.
It's just easy to shit on NA, dude. Like I don't know what it is.
Man,
Like I just have to pick NA as my like example of a bad team. Even though they are supposed to be the best team in NA, but yeah.
you can say Brazil, man.
We will see.
You can say Brazil, man. Who's Brazil? Who's the Fury?
Yeah, yeah. I hope Fury wins. That way we don't have to face T1.
uh, but
uh,
uh, you said about BO5s, man. I don't remember if I talked with you about that, but I think you guys are pretty good. BO5s when get to game 3, you guys get pretty good. I don't know why, but the champion pool, I don't know. Uh, a fucking Jangia Kindred,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's pretty
I
good.
mean, we have a pretty deep champion pool, so that helps a lot in the BO5s. It's just that, like, yeah, like I think we do a pretty good job with BO5s. Like, obviously, there's times we could draft a little bit better. Like, no draft is ever perfect. There's always room for improvement.
Like
But
the Twitch, Dogo Twitch.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like people didn't like the Twitch pick or the combo. Like, it's like it's fearless. It happens. But I think that we have a pretty good champion pool, so I don't think that's the issue. I think it's just the way we like, prep for stuff and draft. And luckily, we have two really good coaches in Chowie and Ruola, and they have a method like not secret method, but they have like a system and method of scouting and organizing the drafts. So it's not like crazy when we go to like game 3, 4, and 5. It's like, okay, we kind of have a general plan. We know what we're doing. We're gonna draft this way, ban that way. So just work on the systems, make sure things are in order, and I think we can, maybe we can beat T1. I think it'd be cool.
Man, just say it. You wanna say it? You wanna say it?
I do want to say it, but I'm probably gonna wait because, like, CFO game 1. Oh my god, dude. Manu, I don't know if you watch our game ones, but sometimes game 1, I'm just like, dude, we
uh,
can't win. It's over. Then
I
game 2 is like completely different. Like, oh my god, we're the best team in the world. Like,
I have to show her the
it's
Talon
so
series.
crazy.
The Talon series
Yeah.
was, man. I don't even know how you won with Smolder and Aurelion Soul. I don't know.
Oh, we just scaled to late game.
Yeah, just
Like, just scale and win.
but I show
Like,
it.
it's a pretty good strategy against Talon specifically,
Yeah,
because they're not very like active.
we know why, man. But I showed her some I know clips from the finals yesterday and showed the end of Talon series that fucking Dogo she she know he just was Caitlyn and playing melee
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Quadra. That is crazy.
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
it and
And the
Jangia
comms
Kindred.
just screaming, Penta, 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 Penta. He's like, oh, Quadra, never mind.
Nah, nah, it's okay, it's okay. I take it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's fine. But yeah, I want to say it. I want to build that narrative. You guys will beat T1 and you'll be so good, man. You'll be so good. You'll be a kid, a teenager beating the best player in the world. No, you Honkyu don't even have to shit on lane, Just win, man. Just win. You can
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
go 0-5, Just win. But
I mean, if we win the game, I don't think KDA matters, but
yeah, no, it's bullshit.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But MSI is pretty good, and as how I say, as a, talk about things that are happening now and already happening, I think it summarizes pretty much what I think of CFO, what you think, what Manu think, and everything. Uh, you say a lot better than I, but I think they have so much space to grow. To grow, they can be
Yeah.
so. I don't know, the best team in the region. They are already are, but they can be more. You remember the Korean killers? Flash Wolves
Yeah.
was scary, man.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. But um, I started to talk earlier, but I don't know. You can talk a bit more about Jangia inside and outside game, like you said.
Yeah.
How he
I
help
mean,
you?
he's just like, supportive of Hankyu. Like, he started like shot calling a lot more to help like communications. Cause yeah, like communicating while playing is really hard. It's just something you gotta work on. And I mean, outside the game, like everyone's just, like really chill and friendly. Like they all hang out, eat together. Like we still live in the gaming house together, so everyone's just like eat together, like live together, play together. It builds like a special like bond or connection.
Jangia
Yeah, like
and Hongoku have the the two, the both of them, especially they have connection. I don't know, like that deep, especially the two of
um,
them.
yeah, I feel like they become really good friends. Like it's like a building experience. Like over time, the more they hang out, the more they're familiar with each other, the better they'll communicate, and the better they play together. So I think they do a pretty good job at that.
Yeah, it is so good. I mean, we can say inside game, uh, fucking Junjia getting pentakill with Vi. I mean,
Oh, and Vi, yeah,
man, he's
that one was a
crazy.
crazy moment.
Man, he liked that Vi. He liked that Vi. The early game is crazy. Dude is crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, his Vi is really good. Like, I mean, he has a lot of good
A
champions.
lot.
It's hard to pick one, but I mean,
Man,
his Kindred is up there. Lilia's up there. Uh what else? Yeah, I mean, Vi is like, I don't know. A lot of people are good on Vi, right? But
Manu,
besides Vi,
Manu.
yeah.
I don't know if she will. I think she remember, because she's like she's like a bit pen gaming fun, and she can tell you about Jungia Skarner versus pen gaming.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Man, it's like a nightmare. She knows. I don't know if it,
Yes.
but guy just that deep, man. He knows everything. I really glad
It's
that.
so it's so different if you are jungles in Brazil, tipo, your jungles here like don't play well with vai, example. Carioca is a good example, tipo, ela vai, his vai is so horrible, I can say,
Yeah, yeah.
terrible.
We it's like passive. I don't know. It's it's too vegan, you know.
Oh, yeah, yeah, vegan, yeah.
And I was talking with Manu how we don't play. I don't know how we don't play in Brazil. Phantom Thalia, even being so strong. We don't play that
Yeah.
shit. Uh, Manu was
Uh,
talking about that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I only watched a bit of LTA South, right? Like CBLOL this year.
Ah,
Like
yeah.
I don't know, the LTA format is so ass, dude. Like I hate like why did you guys do BO1s? And then you had like a bunch of BO like you had three BO3s and like two of them are like one sided. I was like, what am I even watching this for? Like what the fuck? Like do I want to see Furia 2-0 Red Canids? Like that's not what I want to watch. Like this is terrible, but
And that, I
the
told
playoffs
you,
were fun.
yeah, it was fun.
I,
But
I like
Yeah.
that.
yeah, but I told
The
you,
finals is horrible. The finals.
Oh, the finals is
Uh,
so hype.
yeah,
Dude, that game three Yasuo, I'm like, dude, of course
yeah.
Furia pulls out that Yasuo, baby. And they gonna, dude, their Yasuo comp, I'm like, you. I think it's like actually like good. Because the problem with like a lot of other Yasuo comps, like they only have like maybe one knockup, like they do like Yasuo Alster or Yasuo Gragas in the past. But you can't just have one way. Like you have to have like a backup in case the first wave fails or the Yasuo's not able to like follow up on it. So the way Fears drafts, where they have like Rakan, Azir. What else do they have for that? I could probably just look it up. But yeah, they had a bunch of different champions. I'm like, okay, this is actually like well done. It's actually it makes sense. It's not just like random trolling.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited for Furia. I think Tatu is like a pretty hype jungle.
He's he's he don't. Manu can tell pretty much and better than me, but he don't. I don't know feel the stage. He. I don't know in Canada, but Manu saw. She knows, you know,
Mhm.
and the thing about the Yasuo is so funny because I think they lost to Pain or Cade. I don't know with Yasuo weeks earlier. I told you they picked.
Yeah, they had one game where they lost, right? No, no,
Yeah,
no, they were losing. They were losing to Keed. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they
They were
lost it.
losing to Keed, and then they won
They won.
because Keed threw, right?
I don't remember if they
um,
won the game or but they played earlier,
Yeah,
and it
yeah. They played
wasn't
against
good.
Keed.
Wasn't good the first time. And the finals, they do the just had the balls and picked it. You know,
Yeah,
uh,
well, Payne kind of like just ran
yeah,
it down. That
yeah.
helps too.
yeah,
They
man.
had no mental. The
Yeah,
pen
yeah,
gaming
yeah.
thing. The problem of pen gaming that they believe that they will win easy, and that's the problem. They I can say Furia changes the game, and pen continues the same, and that's the you see the three games. It's only Furia.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They are just so full of themselves. They think,
Yeah,
tipo,
I mean, they win off skill, you know?
yeah, yeah,
Payne has like five really good players, so they can just hands cap 90% of their
yeah.
competition.
yeah. But if you guys like CFO, I don't know if you guys went versus Talon with that mentality, but you guys could do that, and it would be bad. It was bad, you know. But you guys could. You guys was 7-0 in the regular split. You can just get there and say, man, we are invincible. We can do whatever we want.
Yeah, of course.
But it's
But
not that good, I think.
yeah, I feel like, our expectation is not just win LCP, it's like do a little bit more.
Yeah,
So
man.
we weren't like cocky when we went in.
Yeah, man. No, 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 no. But you have to think big, man. Think big, man. Think about West
Yeah.
Wolves, man. I want to talk about that shit later. Not too later,
Okay.
but Hong Q, Hong Q. I know uh, a thing about him in the game. There is some vlogs and documentaries But I don't know. I don't know if you have that hole as Junjia have outside the game. You know a lot more, obviously.
Um, Wait, sorry about Jinja?
No, Honkyu, Honkyu. Like Junjia have
Oh,
that hole, but Honkyu being so young, I don't know if he have a hole to fill.
oh, um, yeah, like Honky's just like a quiet, shy person, so he won't like talk about it publicly, right? Like he doesn't want to like. It's hard for him to like talk to people like strangers. Like so, when he's like when the camera cuts to him, he just does like a thumbs up. He's like really shy.
Uh,
But in the team, he's pretty loud and he's talkative because he's like more comfortable. So yeah, in the gaming house, he's like really loud. Like sometimes you could hear him in the background of like Doggo streams. Like he likes to joke around a lot. Like he really likes Rest because Rest is also like a troll. Like Rest is also like a weird guy, so they get along really well. And yeah, like everyone treats Honky well, and Honky likes being on the team and gets along with everyone. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like he'll get there. Like we obviously people want to see him do more hype things, but I think it's just like give him time. Like you know, you can't just like magically become like a super pro in like one like week. It takes like step by step. Like first learn how to play the game, then be good. Then we'll work on your personality and like be more outgoing. But I think like when you're a 17-year-old kid, it's kind of intimidating to have a camera shoved in your face all the time.
Yeah,
I don't blame him.
no,
it,
you can talk.
um,
I just
I, it's a different vision that in Brazil because generally teams use rooks like tipo Red Kennedy. Gravitar is replaced by Diamago. That is magically Red Kennedy is gonna be good. You know, we have this wrong vision. I can say.
Yeah, yeah. Oh no, these Brazilian players are fucking crazy, dude. Like the shit they do on stage, that's like wild, dude. Like, I
yeah,
can't imagine anyone doing that in CFO, especially like Honku. Like if he like took off his headset, and walked to the other stage, and was like, "Yo, look at my name, bitch!" Like that would like I would be like, "Holy shit, Honku's gone crazy." But yeah, like
you have to
different
think.
cultures, like I mean, people started like drivers started doing like the dances and people like that, and like Doggo will do like a cool pose here and there. So people are starting to open up and like get more comfortable, like be on stage in front of cameras and stuff. And
Yeah,
I think Hunky will get there. I think his thumbs up is kind of cute.
yeah.
Hopefully, if he beats Faker, he could do the iconic thumbs up Faker always does. I think
Or
that would be like really dope.
he can point at the back there.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's gonna
yeah.
be
If he did that,
terrible.
dude, like, I can't like, dude. Imagine if he like wins on like at MSI, he just runs up to Faker and just like, yo, look at
yeah,
my name. Like, I can't
yeah,
imagine him
yeah.
doing that, but that would
Grandpa.
be
He's gonna be
so hype.
famous.
Yeah, yeah. I could. Dude, Brazilian players do that shit all the time, and that's so fun. That's why I love watching CB LOL. It's like so exciting.
Yeah, yeah.
Like during the finals, I don't know the players' names super well, but like I remember like there was one player was like standing up, was like yo yo, it's like trying to like taunt them like while playing the game. Like dude, the Nexus is still up. Like I would be like yo, you gotta like make sure you hit that Nexus. And he's like standing up and he's like talking shit. I'm like dude, I can't imagine anyone doing
Um,
that. But that's why I love that league. It's just so fun. I love the energy.
But is what Manu was saying about the transition is so real, man. Cause you are saying about how you guys built to a good place so Honkyu can level up, And I told you about the management of Red Kennedys. And Manu said, remember that they took Gian Mago, that now is just Mago, as some kind of miracle answer. And it wasn't. Gravitar went back, and now they have that Argentinian Hong Q that I said
cases.
you, I told you about him, and this is everything Manu was saying. Here we think magical things really happen. It's not the way. You know, I told you about yesterday. uh, change change in the Brazilian rosters. It's not a
Yeah, yeah,
magical,
yeah.
but it's something. I think you guys work well. You say a lot about that, and it's it's pretty
Yeah.
good. No?
I mean, I always base my thinking off like other teams. Like for example, like when EG had Peter Dunn, and Peter Dunn talked about bringing up Danny and JoJo and how he did it and what his thought process behind it was. I thought it was like really smart. Where it's like, oh, you don't want to bring up like two rookies. Like you usually want to have one rookie at a time. Make sure like he has someone else carry so the rookie doesn't feel pressure. And then when they brought JoJo, they have Inspired, who's like more of like he's more vocal and like JoJo can follow him. And that way JoJo doesn't feel like too much pressure having to perform or carry. It's like it's like secondary carry until he builds confidence enough that he can carry himself. And I feel like CFO is trying to do that with like Jinja and Honkyu. Like we didn't bring up like too many rookies. It's like okay, we'll bring up one. Make sure like this year like Honkyu has like veteran support with like Kaiwing does a lot of shot calling, so he doesn't have to worry too much about shot calling because shot calling and playing is like really hard. So he can just focus on himself, focus on working on himself, and then like listen to Jinja and see what kind of comms would help Jinja like play better. Honkyu would play better. So yeah, like it's very like difficult, right? Like building a team and
Yeah,
doing all these things. Like you also have to kind of get a little bit lucky. And
yeah,
I think uh if you just look at like the League of Legends history has gone on for like 15 years. There's like so many examples of so many teams, like what works, what doesn't. That I feel like you just gotta look at like League essentially and just to try to learn like what is working and what isn't working.
yeah. You said I don't know. You built that roster. I don't know if it was just you, but I use you because you is here.
Mhm.
So you built that roster, that uh, CFO roster.
Yeah,
Uh,
we did a lot of interviews and tryouts and stuff.
yeah,
Like roster building is really difficult, right? Like I don't know, like maybe this CFO team, like maybe personalities didn't work out. Like things could happen that you never expect or can't predict. Because I always try to judge teams like, okay, on paper, does the roster make sense? Like if it does, then like the result, like you can get unlucky, things can happen. So it's hard to always judge like a team how they're doing. It's like yeah, so I always just try to see like, okay, looking at the roster on paper, like, are they actually like building it well? Like, does it actually make sense? If yes, then like, even if they do bad and they have internal issues, it's like, okay, well, unlucky, rough.
yeah, yeah,
But yeah, like we got lucky with CFO. Everyone works well together. Like we did as much as we could, like planning and interviewing and testing and seeing how people gel and figuring out their personalities. But you never know, right? Like things always can happen. But luckily for us, like things just worked out and CFO is doing really well.
yeah, yeah. And you
I
say
think it
that.
was Carzy on the like Crackdown. Was it the Crackdown? With Yamato Ken and Dom. I think it was Carzy that said like, "Oh, teams should start recruiting people by doing like a jacuzzi party,
What?
just to like invite a bunch of players to a jacuzzi, hang out, and see the vibe because that's like really important.
Oh,
Because if
Oh
you
my
get
god.
along, then like even if the skill level's not good, if you're like really good friends, you can always like work through and improve a lot better. Which kind of like I don't think you do a jacuzzi party, but I think what he said about like personalities, like making sure that they match is really important
yeah,
because you got to be able to tell your teammates that like, hey, you're fucking up there. Like, oh, I don't like the way you're doing that. Like, if you're afraid of your like teammates and you can't criticize each other, you can't perform or improve.
yeah, yeah. I think actually we had I don't know the name of the team, But in Mia Masters, you had a team that did the thing about the jacuzzi. It was not jacuzzi, it was a bit more strange, weird, but but they did that. You said about Peters, you his philosophy and stuff, and
Yeah,
I
yeah, Peter Dunn.
yeah, and I just remembered Chowie was in TSM, was in Brazil. I don't know why, but
Yeah, yeah.
and I remember he did interview with him this year, where he says that actually he learned something at TSM, uh, and I think I can see that in the team.
Yeah, like
But
what I like about Chowie is that he's kind of like multicultural in a way. Like he's been all over the world, right? So yeah, he went to Brazil, learned something from Brazil, went to NA, learned something from NA. You know, he's from Singapore, now he's in like, Taiwan PCS, and he's like learning all these different things. So he has like a very like wide point of view. It's not very like, it's not like the Eastern coaches where it's like very strict meta. It's not like Western coaches. He's like somewhere in the middle.
yeah.
So even though he went to TSM, I think he like had a team that was dysfunctional and he was able to like kind of do something, but it's that TSM roster was kind of like fucked. So I don't think anyone would blame him for the results, but he did like talk about, because I did talk to him about his experiences overseas and other teams, and there's always something he can learn, right? Like there's something he could have done differently, not just like in a way of teaching, but like in a way of like culturally and like learning and like connecting with like people. Because you can't just be like, oh, like a lot of coaches fail from like Korea when they go to the West because they're like, oh, in Korea, because I'm like old, I could just say, hey, pick Vayne, and my ADK will pick Vayne. And then he goes up to some ADKs like, hey, pick Vayne. And it's like, fuck you, I'm not picking Vayne, I'm locking Kaylin. It's like, what the fuck? Okay, you're benched. It's like, okay, who are you gonna get? Like Keith McBrief? You're like, shit. I guess Piglet, you're staying on the team. It's like just how it is. Like, there's no replacement. So you can't like just be like strict like that. In Korea, like you could just kick like your 80 carry and just get a new ruler. It's like, okay, ruler, get out of here. Oh, here's Pays. Oh, he's also really good. Oh, here's Gumayushi. Oh, here's Smash. Like, it's like there's just too many good players that way you can like do things differently. But people have to understand like every region has limitations, right? Like even PCS, if I kick like I don't know Honkyu or like Jinja, like there's not gonna be like, oh, here's another Honkyu. It just doesn't work like that. So you
Not
gotta be like, hey, like these are some issues you have. We gotta work together. We gotta fix them. You can't just be like, oh, kick, 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 replace, 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 like you can in like LCK or LPL. So I think coaches need to understand like their region's limitations and try to work around that. And I feel like Chowie learned so much from being on all these different teams, and he understands like the PCS and LCK are not competing on the same level. We're like a different region, different league, different players, different expectations, different limitations. Like there's so many things that are so different. You can't treat like them exactly the same. So you got to adapt and understand like, hey, what works? An LCP. Okay, we'll do that, and like we'll see what we can take from LPL and LCK, but we won't just like do a one-to-one copy because that doesn't make any sense. You got to adapt and change. Like LCP is closer to NA than we are to like LCK in terms of like limitations that we have on the region. So I think like Chowie is like does a really good job understanding globally like what's going on and like what he can do and what he has to adapt and change. And so yeah, I really like Chowie. I really like Will. I think those two work really well together. Because like Will does, he was like PCS like jungler. Now he's a coach. So he has a different mindset, and I feel like it's a good way to balance it out. Because I don't think Western coaches are bad. I don't think Eastern coaches are like amazing and flawless, right? Like everyone, Coma has flaws. The thing is that like I want to make sure that we cover our flaws and we get like a nice balance between what is ideal, like the best way to coach, the best way to draft, the best way to scrim. There's always you can always change and learn and adapt and get better. There's no like solution, or there's no like set in stone solution.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think shall we not just told you what I told, but I think not just the coaching experience, but when he played, was used to play, it helps him a lot today. You know, I have a image that I sent to Manu. I will send to you later. But you know the teams he was on. He started on the Singapore one, the Sentinels, Taipei Assassins. His time in what's the I forgot the team that were.
Yeah, he was on Taipei Assassins, like when he was getting subbed in and subbed out. You mean?
Yeah, but the West War one, I forgot. Uh,
Oh, HQ.
HQ. I think the HQ time and moment was really important for him. He
Oh yeah. He was on HQ. Yeah.
yeah, and he played Westdoor. He was like driver rest, you know, with Westdoor.
Yeah.
Uh, I think this is just helps. He's I won't say a complete coach because I don't think it exists, you know, but he's so closer to that, you know. He's so
Yeah.
he's so good. He tries so much, and I don't know the Talon game cons where Q asks for a Camille. He being so calm, you don't you know, he being so calm and just saying let him pick, you know. It's just so I don't know. It's so good to hear. It's so confidential, you know. It's so
Yeah. I
professional.
mean, like sometimes you gotta like trust players and stuff, and
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, I think like Chowie's been around like longer than I have. Essentially, like he's been a player. He's been like he's a coach. He's been a caster. He's done so many things. Like he's
yeah,
just so experienced in like life in general that I think having someone like that on the team is always like good because it's hard to like you want your coaches to be mature, right? And I feel like Chowie is like a very mature individual, and he's like, yeah, I think what he does for a team is really good. Like I think what he does with like Willa, our like assistant coach, is also good. Like they work really well together because yeah, coming up with fearless drafts are like really hard, and it doesn't. It's like one person can't do it. Like you need at least two, sometimes three, right, to do the fearless drafting. And yeah, Chowie like has good trust with his players. Like when Honky wants to lock in Camille, like sometimes you got to make that ultimate call. Like, hey, yeah, lock it in. Let's go, let's win. Like you just gotta have to trust your players sometimes, and I think he did a really good job at that. Like balancing out the crazy picks to like normal picks.
yeah. One of the reasons I think CFO is so good is that I want first. I think we talked so much. You are so I don't
Mhm.
know, uh, so busy with life.
Oh, yeah,
But
I just love talking. So
yes,
like,
I know, I know
if you
that.
ask me something, like I'm trying not to talk too much, but yeah, like
You try?
I mean, all day long, all I'm doing is just talking about League, and I'm watching League.
Yeah,
Like I love League esports. I think it's just so much fun, and all the different like players, like characters or whatever storylines. Like I think it's really fun to watch. Like,
I
dude, I watch Thailand League of Legends. Like, I think that shit is so
yeah.
fun.
Say about
Like,
CS.
I watch
Yeah.
everything, dude.
F-
It's great.
Thai League is good, man. Don't. It's good. We watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good that you love league so much. I think when it's like sincere, you know, it's not it's my job, so I have to
Yeah.
watch. Man, you co-stream every day, man. Tomorrow we have the
Yeah.
VCS, man. You know, VCS.
Yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna be watching Vietnam VCS.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, I also watch like the talk shows. Like, I always want to like know what people are thinking because
man.
there's always like there's not one way. There's no correct way to think about it, right? Like I listen
Yeah,
to like Cadril, like LS, like I Will Dominate. Like there's so many people that talk about League, and I can just listen and think of like a different perspective. Like, cause like there's so many people that are just like, oh no, you have to do it this way because T1's doing it this way and they won World, so you gotta do it that way. I'm like, yeah, but just like close your eyes and open your mind for like 10 seconds and maybe you can think of something that no one has thought of, or maybe there's something that you can do different that will give you a slight advantage. Because yeah, if you just copy T1, you'll just be like T1 2, like a worse version.
yeah,
And I don't want to do that.
not even
So I'm
T1
always
too.
thinking like maybe there's something like the 6-man stuff. Like I don't know, it could have been a disaster. Maybe like CFO like loses because we're just splitting time
Yeah,
for their top laners. But like I just think that like we thought about it a lot. We talked to the players, we talked to the coaches, and we just thought this is something that we could do that would work and would give us an advantage.
yeah. The thing about T1 2, we talked about that in the
Yeah, I mean,
Thai League.
T1 is just the example team. Like everyone's always like, oh,
Yeah,
like we have like back in the day when Faker would play like I don't know, Irelia mid or Massey mid. Other players like,
no.
oh, maybe I should play that team. I'm like, no, 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 no. You're not Faker. You're not 2015 prime Faker. You're just bad. Please don't just take whatever he's doing. Just copy it
Yeah,
1-to-1. Like
yeah.
actually understand like what's going on. But like I feel like that's not something a lot of people do.
Do. And even in tier
Like I'm
3,
not perfect. I say a lot of stupid things. I get a lot of things
yeah.
wrong, but like I think it's
But
important to talk about it and think about it and like spitball ideas. Cause yeah, if you say 1,000 dumb ideas, maybe one of them is good.
but ideas is different from, I don't know, uh, playing like that. Like Thai League, we have Trinity. You remember saying that they play so I don't know, standard. So but they don't know how to play standards. They just watch. I don't know
Yeah.
LCK. So people really try, but man, you are not even half good as Faker.
I mean, like, yeah, but like the Thai League is a little bit special, like, because I do think they play their own way, right? Like,
Yeah,
because even though Trinity is
yeah.
a little bit troll, like like there's like Full Sense who has like melee only mids. Like this guy Ite would only play like Shen mid, Set mid, like nothing range. Like I think the first time we saw something range he play was like Rise. And I'm like, that's like such a weird way to play. Like, is this actually good or is this everyone else's bad? But I just think it's important to at least like think about it and ask that question. Is this style like viable or is like he's just like better skilled, right? Like obviously, if I was like playing against someone that's iron, I can play Sona mid and win lane. But that's not a good way to play League. But you always should like be testing yourself and asking yourself these questions and actually be able to like break stuff down.
Yeah. But
And that's what I mean. Like the Thai stuff, I watch for fun more than just like analysis. Like I don't think I'd ever bring any of that back to the team, but it's like fun and interesting to see like different regions have different styles and different priorities.
is but Thai League evolved. It was so weird at the start of the league, and at the end
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like and we talked it's like old school league, when I don't know, when 2040, I don't know, was it's good to watch. It's good to watch, and I don't think is a problem. You what you said about full sense is true. Uh, but I want to ask to Manu if she wants to, I don't know, ask something, talk to Kevin and stuff.
Yeah, there's one thing that you said that it's like, uh, it's okay sometimes to lose. No, you are
Yeah,
not
yeah.
a god in love. Because I always compare it to Brazil because if your team losing one time, you are the worst team in the world. We have
It's
this thing,
Moto.
no?
Yeah, yeah. There's definitely like, like Brazil has. There's some teams in Brazil that has that win now mentality. Like you kind of see what's like Loud, where like they brought in like 3 Koreans, but that didn't work out. So they just like got rid of like everyone. Now they're like using like new players, and I don't know what's gonna happen.
Wow.
Like if I did the like like I don't think that strategy is good. Like I don't think those players are good. But I would have waited out the whole like 2 splits just to see and be like, okay, is this experiment a good idea or bad idea? Like I
Yeah.
just think people like like people are just too quick to make like changes when nobody thinks about like a 2-year plan. Like okay, like we should be fine with losing 1 year if that means the next year we win. Like teams just want to win now, and I think that's like a really bad way of thinking because not every team can win now, right? Like only one team can win, and
Yeah.
usually it's like like if you give me $1 million or $1 billion, like, yeah, I can make you a team that could win Brazil like tomorrow, like easily. But the problem is like okay, like what if you don't have infinite money? Like how are you going to win? And I don't think teams really think about that.
Yes. Uh, I remember when Loud changes the lineup, Root didn't like to replace Song. He didn't
Yeah.
want to Red Barrett, and I think Loud don't ask him about uh, before changes.
Yeah. I mean, like, if you tell Route, like, hey, we're gonna build like a Korean team, right? Like, you're gonna have a Korean support, Korean jungler, and you lose like 1 split, and then he's like, okay, fuck that idea. You now have to play with like a different support. Like, I think he would be upset too. I'd understand. You sign up for this idea of like, okay, I'm gonna be more comfortable with other Koreans, and now you're the only Korean on the team. Like, it's like very like lonely and hard. Like people
Yeah.
don't think about like that's why you usually import 2 Koreans, so at least he has like a Korean friend that he could be in the gaming house with instead of just being
And
all alone. But
if you watch the vlogs of Loud, it's so strange because Root can communicate with the players, and Loud the staff is like a NPC. Like players talk more than staff. It's so strange because it's like your robot is
yeah, yeah.
the guy.
Talks more than staff. Okay. I don't know about that because I don't watch all the videos. There's a lot. I mean, the behind the scenes stuff is always cool to see for Brazil because they show a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I was talking to Minmin. There's the one video, I think it was Pain, right, where it's like Zero's the coach, and
Yeah.
then some guy's like, "Oh, turn around, don't watch the game." Like, oh my god, I can't believe you told a Korean coach to stop watching the game when they're losing.
No, was
And the
it?
guy's like, "Oh, I need to go out. I need my time. I need to go
Yeah.
smoke." He just like runs away. I'm like, dude, I totally
I,
understand that.
I, I
Like, if
showed
you're a
you.
foreigner, it's so
É,
crazy.
I showed you the fluxo video where
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
just tells his coach to fuck himself.
yeah. He's like talking shit to the coach.
yeah.
Coach looks at him
This
like, "The
is so
fuck you
good.
say to me?" It's like I'm like, dude, like I can't believe you show that. Like, CFO, we do our videos, but obviously we don't want to show like the bad side of things, right? Because like every team has issues. Every team I've been on has always had something, some issue happens. That's just like normal. You just have to like learn to work through it and talk through it and work it out. Like I can't think of a single year I've been on a team where there's like, oh yeah, we've all been friends, we all got along. There's never been a single argument. There's always that like one time where someone just like says the wrong thing or does the wrong thing, and someone just like loses their shit. And then the next day you're like, yo, my bad, man, I shouldn't have said that. It's like, yo, I'm sorry, I got mad. And then you just like move on. It's like a
Yeah.
normal thing, I think, in teams. But yeah, they show that shit up in like Brazil. I'm like, okay, let's go. I'm down to watch. I want to know everything that's going on. Like that shit's wild, dude. Like what
Yeah.
the fuck? Like I love it, but yeah, like I mean, I feel like teams are just afraid to commit to like a coach, have a long-term plan, and then just commit to it. And, like if they lose, they lose. If they win, they win. But every team is just like, yo, we got to win now. We got to figure out what we're doing wrong. And yeah, hopefully the Furia guys they can like work on what they have because I think they have a pretty talented roster and they have a pretty talented coaching staff with, good manager and all that stuff. I don't know what's gonna happen with the other teams though. Like I know Red Canids and Loud are getting fucked. Like Vivo Keyd already changed their mid, so there's already one roster change. Oh, and Isserus lost their mid lane. That's another wild thing.
They lost everything, man.
Like,
I told you.
yeah, it's like, I mean, they didn't win, so you gotta start changing. And I'm like, oh, I don't know, man. Sometimes you just gotta be okay with like losing.
Shit.
Like take a year to like learn and improve. It
Shit.
happens, Last year CFO we tried a super team, and it failed. But like, I'm still glad we kind of did it. Because it was a really fun experiment, You had Carson and Sora coming in, like superstar legendary players, and it didn't work out. But I feel like if you don't take that risk, you can't, like, you'll never do well. Like, sometimes you got to take that gamble. Like, when G2 had that super team and they won MSI and made the finals of Worlds, like, putting Perks as AD carry is a crazy idea. And, getting Reckless, like, should have been upgrade, but it made them worse. Sometimes you gotta take it. I think getting Reckless, like if you told me like, hey, you have a super team, you can get Reckless, I'd be like, hell yeah, give me that Reckless, boy. And then you just don't make Worlds or don't make a finals and you lose. So it happens.
Yeah.
On paper it looked good, but sometimes players don't mesh well. Like personalities don't work well. It's just like it happens. That's why I think GMing is such a hard job. Like building rosters, there's always a little bit of luck involved. Like the right meta has to come along.
But
Like you gotta have the right players.
You do well, man. You do well in that.
I get lucky, dude. I get lucky.
Lucky. Fuck luck, man. if you ask me,
it's a little bit. There's a little bit of luck
No,
involved.
there is, but if you ask me, if it was fun to watch Karsa and Gory with his fucking Yasuo, and Karsa with Sejuani in the playoffs of Split 2 last year, if you ask me, man, was funny to watch, I would say, caralho, pai. Não era.
What? What does that mean?
I just said, it wasn't. So just it. It wasn't funny. Man, it wasn't funny.
I mean,
I was mad as fuck.
it was
man.
an interesting experiment. I think every
Yeah.
team goes through like
There's for you.
every team wants to make that super team that wins worlds.
Yeah. Yeah, Talon now.
Like
Talon now.
yeah, Talon.
They got Karsa.
They got
and-
Fofo, Karsa,
and Fofo.
and now they're not doing well. It's like, but when they had Jinja Maple, they're like kicking ass.
Yeah, but.
And then they changed Wako and got
Man.
Betty, and they were doing even better. It's like,
But.
I mean, sometimes you just
are
try to keep building up.
No,
Sometimes
no.
it fails.
But you are building up, man. It's Jandia Maple to Karsa Fofo. It's just worse, man. Just so much worse, man. Now they have to.
Okay, well.
Now they have to work with Sejuani, Skyder, Okai, maybe she's
I
up.
mean, there's 2024 CFO. Now there's 2025 Talon. Like it happens.
Yeah.
Teams make that super team.
What's their plan? What's their plan? I understand.
But I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, if you ask me in 2024, you can have Karsa and Sword Art. I feel like 9 times out of 10, you should always say yes.
Yeah.
Just to see. You should just to see, man. Like, what if they popped off, man?
I know.
The Korean killers, dude. Like on your team, like,
Yeah.
oh,
Man,
it's possible.
when you guys announced it, I was crazy, man. Fuck.
Yeah.
Flash Wolves 2 is here, but
Yeah, I was like, like it could work, it could fail, but like I think it's worth the gamble.
no, it's worth. It's worth. I don't
Like
know.
we learned a lot from it.
SoftBank
So-
towards. I don't know if it was SoftBank.
Like
Bank.
2025 CFO is only possible because of what we learned from
Yeah,
2024
no,
and
I
2023.
agree. I agree.
So I don't know, man. Maybe in 2 years from now, CFO does another super team and it fails. Like you never know, dude.
Another man. Another.
Yeah.
What
I
if
don't know
we-
what it would be.
No,
I don't know
no.
what super team we could make because
What?
I feel like we already have pretty good players. But
Yeah.
you never know, dude. You
That's what
never
they're
know.
saying. Another team is a strong phrase, You should
Yeah.
keep that team, Yeah, it.
No, I know.
It,
I was mostly half joking, dude. I don't know what we're gonna do.
It's it's because it's linked with something I want to say. Because what the last topic I noted, but I want to ask Manu one before if she wants to uh, talk about something tal. If she wants.
I don't know what to say more.
No, just
I,
if you are comfortable with saying more, if you want to say more, because I would say that, and being the last topic, I think it would end. You know,
yes.
is okay?
I'm okay.
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 So, man, we were talking about Chowie and his time in a AHQ, and I trot whatever. Um, Shawi is generational, you know, is a talent of a generation of players. I remember seeing him when I was 16, man, in the middle school. You know, I remember seeing him at Worlds. He was playing in
Yeah.
the NTZ group. Uh, so Flash Wolves came and Korean Killers. They never got there. I don't know why, but they never got there. The time was I don't know. I was wrong, you know. When MMD was uh, replaced by Hanabi, that was better. They needed still a better ADC, so Betty came, but then Karsa left, so was some unlucky because was I know it's still today still to me the best lineup that the Pacific region ever got. You know, they were scary, man. Scary, scary as fuck. I mean, uh, Faker was afraid of Maple. Fuck, man. And it linked. He was, man. He was.
Yeah, I know,
Uh,
I know. Like,
and it links with the last topic that, man, you guys. Man, fuck, I would say. You guys are 2 times LCP champions. Probably, I think you can be 3 times. So, 3 times LCP champions. You guys can really get that top 4 in MSI and get a top 8 in worlds is not impossible, you know. I'm not saying that you guys will, but I see a very likely uh, road where that happens, you know. And the thing is, you CFO is in the scene for what 2 3 years. I don't remember exactly, but this year is the year that you guys are saying, "Man, we're here. We are good. You you guys are just worse. Fazer o quê, pai? You guys are just worse. You have to run, so you can get to us. You know." Um, I wanted to ask or talk what you prefer about the possibility of being the strongest, the bigger, the team of LCP. You know, because as now you guys
yeah.
are already ahead of everyone. You know, but you can always improve. You know.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, obviously we're trying to win everything. We're trying to do well at Worlds, right? Like once you win, the next step is like, oh, we want to also do well at international. But yeah, like it's not easy, right? Like a lot of teams have tried and failed. But I feel like the way we manage, the way we try, this, the way we practice, I think it sets us up for success. I think this is like a good year. We have like new team, new roster, but it's doing really well. Um, yeah, I think we can get top eight. It's just like it just depends on like the luck of the draw. But we want to make sure that we're good enough that it doesn't matter who we get so much as like how good we do. And I think MSI will be a good way to like know if CFO is actually legit good or if we're bad. What do we need to work on? Because it'll like just like first hand, we'll learn a lot, we'll gain a lot of experience, and we'll do a lot better next time around.
So, so we are getting the top four, the top eight words. So we are getting. I really believe, yeah, man. I really believe you guys. I say Flash Wolves too, cause I really think they are the best team that the region ever got. You know, I say Flash Wolves too, cause I don't think Talon never make exactly uh, that path. You know, but I see
Yeah,
CFO making you guys are so different, you know. So it's not even putting any pressure on the team. I see that future, man. I see that Flash Ops 2 bust is is just CFO, you know. It's just the Flying Oysters, and I don't know. I'm glad you guys are confident with the team. You know your limitations. You know how can you guys improve and stuff. It's so good, and I look so forward to see the CFO reign. You know, but yeah, yeah. I don't know if
yeah.
Manu wants
I
to.
think I hope so. You never
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Knock on wood. Don't want to jinx it like always, but
Ah,
I think this year. I think we'll know in like 2 weeks ish, like
say
a
it,
week or
say
two.
it, say it, man, say it, say it.
You want me to say it? That CFO will be top four at MSI.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Not
I already
maybe,
said that.
but
I
say
already
we
said
will
that. I
be,
said
will
like
be.
I got a hot take.
No,
CFO's gonna be
no, no.
top four at MSI.
Not hot take, not hot take. You say, you say, you say. I say with confidence, we will be
No, I'm
top four.
confident. I think the team's good, dude. I don't have to play. I'm not going on stage, so
Então,
it's fine.
então é isso. Pega nós nunca, porra. Então é isso. É. So is it. I believe, I really believe. But man, Manu can tell. I don't know. Annoying because I keep telling her that man, they will be top four. They will be top four. They will beat I don't know T1. I don't know whatever fucker that gives gives ten the bracket. You know they will beat it. Just that, just that.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
guys are great. I think FlyQuest last year was great too, but you are so much better. And I watched this region for so much time of Talon, Talon just being Talon, you know. And I being like, I being like I don't know, Flash Wolves Widow, you know. But now Genji, Ronkill, não tem jeito, pai. But it's it. I think if Manu wants to say things, if he wants to say things, because I think we summarized the the whole conversation.
Don't know what to say. I'm not prepared for this.
uh,
Any thoughts? Anything that we missed that we should talk about?
yeah, just be comfortable. If you want just to say goodbye is okay too.
I,
Just
yeah.
give
I
the
think we
speech.
talked about everything. I don't really have anything else to say.
Man,
Yeah.
I told you I made at least thinking. Man, I thought about it. Uh, but Manu, the word is yours.
Oh, okay. I think that I think I say at my mind. I don't know. I think I I have very uh, expectation inside. I'd say it's a lot of teams because I like to see Fly Quest. Last year I cried when they lost to Jinji. I you know it's
I cried
so
too. I'm not
horrible
gonna lie. Yeah. Well,
because
I really thought
I
Eddie
don't,
was gonna win.
yes, I and they left this molder to show that oh my god, but I become a fan of Spio. Minmin, it's helped me in this a lot. You know, they talk about the team every time, and I think we are incredible. I say to you, the team, it's so incredible. The project. I need to say here,
It's,
I'm sorry, El Sul, sorry, Furia, but I'm cheering to CFO and a bit for Fight Fest.
oh, what?
Yeah,
I like Brazil, dude. I hope they do well at MSI.
just
I just
you,
like,
Yes,
just you.
I'm just
I
predicting like the favorites, but I hope that Furia shows up. Dude, like one last thing I will say about Brazil, dude, like watching their international performances in the past has always been so rough, man. Like you watch regionals and like them doing well and you're like, "Oh, okay. This is the year." I guess last year we saw like, like Payne actually showed up and did like,
yeah,
what they did in the tournament, like in CB LOL. That was nice to
yeah,
see. Like usually it's like, "Oh, here comes like CB LOL, like oh they just choking again. Oh no, they're not playing like they're used to playing, and they just like run it down. But like yeah, Payne last year was like yeah, that's Brazil,
yeah.
and I was actually like
We
surprised. I was like yeah,
yeah,
so I'm
we
hoping
didn't
Furia
have
can do
the
that
luck.
too.
We don't have a luck in sweet stage because we take it as two after
Yeah, yeah,
T1
yeah.
and to Link. And that game against Link was terrible because they lost Catamanico and Farm Minion.
Yeah,
So,
Ah,
and
yeah. I mean that's rough, but like, dude, you did shit on like 100 Thieves, right? Was that 100 Thieves?
was
No. R7 shot on 100 Thieves, so then you shot on R7.
uh,
Oh yeah, dude, because you shot on 100 Thieves. Oh, then NA didn't make it out of play-ins. But
uh,
hey, like you guys did well against I think you guys did well against PSG, right? I think it was a
PSG.
2-1
Yeah, first game
in
we
last
won.
year.
First game we won.
yeah,
Then
Yeah,
Maple.
PSG wasn't a bad team back then.
Then Maple just beat
So
Maple.
yeah, but
uh, but
I think like this year will be different. Well, I'm hoping, if I
no, I know,
see
no.
like LTA South Finals Furia, I think they have a chance to beat G2. Not not
yeah.
favorites, a chance.
It's
But
possible, man.
I think it's better than zero. Like if they play like I don't know some weird ass shit where it's like oh in scrims, like we lost, so we had to play like Lux support with Caitlyn. I'd be like okay, this is done. Like fuck this. I
Yeah.
hope I see that Yasuo, dude. I want that confidence, dude.
The Yasuo versus Ransama.
Fury better pull out that Yasuo.
And you, man, is your region versus Gan. I told you, there's ways. I think it's more easier this year than the past ones.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
if we talked, if they play like they played in LCP, I don't think they will.
If Gam
Uh,
plays like playoffs, Gam, I think Furia might lose.
yeah,
If they play like regular season Gam, the Furia should win.
yeah,
It
yeah,
just depends on what form Gam is in and what form Furia is in. Because I
yeah.
think playoff Furia and playoff Gam, I think I might give it a slight lead to Gam than Furia, but regular season Gam is really bad. So it just depends on how they play and what they do.
I just hope you guys tilted 10 in the finals. Just hope it, man. I mean, do that one for us. but I think yeah, I think there's ways. I think it's best the best year, the best uh, international event possibility to win that we had in the past. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. So many years, uh, but um, I think Manu, Kevin, if you guys wanna, say something.
No, I'm good. Just thanks for having me. It's been fun. If you ever want to talk about League, hit me up. I love talking about League. I can talk forever. So yeah, if you want to fall asleep listening to some boring asshole talk, I can put you to sleep easily by talking for hours. Just give me a League topic and I'll just talk about it forever. Yeah, this was fun though. I love talking about League, so
Yeah,
I'm always down to do it.
yeah, man. It's always good. It's always good to talk about league and stuff with you. And if people want to fall asleep hearing you say about league, they can just tune in tomorrow to VCS finals, man. Finals though, but the playoffs.
Yeah,
Uh,
playoffs.
you co-stream, right?
Yeah, I'll co-stream.
Yeah, yeah.
If there's League to watch, I'll co-stream whatever I can.
Your Twitch is KMT
Yeah, you can follow me on KMT LOL. I'm KMT LOL on everything except Twitter because some assholes took KMT LOL and I can't get it back. So I added a lucky number 7 to that, but everything else is just KMT LOL. 6 letters, it shouldn't be too hard.
So yeah. So no, no, Manu, if you want to say about your work as a writer.
That's interesting. Oh, well, let's say I'm a publicist. I I study about publicity in sports. I'm doing a post graduation in organization communication in this area, you know. And apart this time, I work here as a copywriter in social media.
Okay, okay. We are all good, Tom. So all good. I don't do fucking nothing. I just yeah, no, nothing, nothing. Yeah, I'm just here. So I think is it. I think you guys, whoever is watching this, should follow those two. And I don't know, like, thanks.
Yeah,
but
okay, yeah, thanks. Thanks for
thanks.
having me. Peace.
Yeah, thanks, Kevin. Thanks, Manu. Thanks, everyone. And goodbye.
Bye bye. Peace.